hey, 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 hey. Ooh. Ow, hi.
Ooh, hey,
Hey,
how?
hey, I'm coming in hot with some energy.
Back at it again with the white vans.
It's me, Damn Daniel, and I'm here to say, I like to wear Vans in a major way.
How you doing today, super fans?
Listen, folks. Thank you for listening to our silly podcast where we talk all about our favorite Vine star, the Damn Daniel kid.
The damn yeah, this is all about every week we watch the damn Daniel video and we talk about it.
We break it down frame by frame and we go, man, how about those Vans though, huh?
Yeah, again.
Once again.
Back once again.
Once again. He's
Vans, still white. What?
God
He
damn.
was on Ellen.
God damn you, Daniel.
Ellen knows talent.
The damnable Daniel. The bastard Daniel of my life.
The BD.
The coward Daniel.
That's going a little far. This
Fair.
is a show about love.
This is a show called The Island Shuffle. My name is Bean.
My name is James.
And what we do every week is we go to the random number generator. We spin it. We spin our weird little bingo machine, and
We go to the numbers.
and it spits out a random episode of Lost, and we fucking watch it. Hey, I'm sorry for cussing, but I'm pissed.
All right then.
Yeah.
And this week,
I'm coming in with some weird energy today. I don't know what's up.
this week we watched a very special episode, courtesy of our friends at ABC.
Oh.
It's season 1, episode 24, Exodus Part 2, squeezed right in between Exodus 1 and 3.
Part 2 of 3 of the finale of the first season of Lost.
Exodus.
Exo? Noose.
It's about an exoskeleton.
who takes a big shit.
Yes.
Cool. That's what it's about. Thanks for listening. Want to
No.
roll for next week?
Exodus Part 2. The others are coming. They're on the beach. They got to go to the caves.
They gotta go.
You know how it is. You all are experts of Lost.
You know how you've been around the block. You've listened to us talk about a Lost episode or two.
You've
or
heard us
three.
talk around the block.
We 1, 2, 3 a talk, 4 a talk rock.
4, 5, 6 o'clock, 7 a talk block.
9, 10, 11 of talk, 12 of talk block. We're gonna talk around the block about Lost.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. Once again, me Bean,
And I'm the freak.
and together we are powerful. So this being part of a finale. There's many threads, many bits and pieces going on.
Yeah. This
So-
is not about any central character.
No.
Nor any central struggle.
No, really. And being the middle chapter, it's particularly set up
Meandering.
very meandering. Very much part of a greater whole. That without
There
its
is no beginning, middle, or end. Simply middle.
simply the middle. We're just getting what if you ate a sandwich but then threw away both slices of bread? That's what we're eating.
Whoa,
We're just
that is
eating
where we are.
a pile of meat and sauce.
Totally.
That's what we have.
We have a pile of meat and sauce in front of us. And what do you say we dig in?
Let's get our grubby little mitts on this meat.
Oh, it starts with a great little scene.
Does it?
Or the first scene that I wrote anything about.
Okay.
Sorry, it's not the first scene, I don't think. But the gang is at the Black Rock.
Oh, yes. Okay, let's start with the Black Rock.
Because it's fun. It's the best.
It's the best, and it's kind of like the centerpiece of the episode.
Yeah.
It's the part of this episode that everyone really remembers. So they've just arrived at the Black Rock, which you'll remember is the slave ship that Ricky came in on back in the day. Back in the good old days.
Back in the bygone days.
And they show up, and they're like, a ship in the middle of the jungle? This island.
What?
I thought this island was a regular island, but this is
This is fucking nuts.
This go. Bay. Bada bing. And then they all go, well, good thing we have, what do you say we get some dynamite so we can go blow up the hatch. And the crew is like a very, very core crew. It's Jack, Locke, Kate, and Hurley, which is like pretty fucking legit as a crew. And then there's also an extra man there.
I forget his name.
His name is Dr. Arzt? I'm not sure how to pronounce it really.
It's the man who yells about Typhoon Season one time.
He yells about Typhoon Season one time.
He's a high school science teacher.
He's a high school. We also see him convince Dr. Linus in the alternate timeline to fucking like
Oh yeah,
kill
he's
the
Ben's
principal.
friend at high school.
Yeah. And he's the same. Here he mostly is just like a wiener.
Yeah, he is not good. He is so goddamn annoying. He won't go into the ship because
No.
it's too dangerous and scary.
Yeah.
Then he talks Hurley's ear off about how the world doesn't revolve around you guys. There's a bunch of other of us.
Yeah.
Why are the cameras always following you around?
Yeah.
It comes off as like the show's trying to poke fun at the idea of like a large situation where it only focuses on a few people.
But it really comes across as corny.
It doesn't work. I don't know why they would try and do that because it's like you can't really be self-referential to the fact that you're a TV show. You're a TV show.
It's truly like here's what really boils me about this is they got it out of their system with Arst, and then in season 3 they were like, you know what was fun is poking a little ribbing at ourselves. What if we did it again, but a lot worse in a whole episode
with those two awful people,
those two awful jabronis.
Yeah, they are both the same type of character. Where it's like these people are specifically used by the writers as like tools to address the fact that it's a TV show.
Yeah.
They're essentially trying to like make a narrator out of thin air.
Exactly.
And be like, oh, isn't that silly the way that these stories are told? And it's like if you were reading a book, it could be like a funny narrator's paragraph.
Exactly.
But as a character, it's like, this character fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Get him off the screen. I want Jack, Locke, Kate, and Hurley. They're lit.
I'm sure there's a way to execute that doesn't involve making a character who just sucks shit. Total.
Yeah. Well, I think they have to be like really subtle jabs, but this is, and like it has to be like you have to like sort of feel smart for understanding the underlying layer of what they're trying to say, and it has to work on two levels to like address that because it's not a form where you easily can.
Yeah.
And here they're just like shoving it down your throat.
Yeah.
It's like, look at how clever we are.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's the Deadpool approach to parody where it's like if you look at the camera and say, boy, this sure is a superhero movie, then it's like a funny joke.
Totally. But with Deadpool, it's like that is the movie. Whereas with this, it's like this is going to be a 5-minute segment of a very long show that's so inconsistent with everything else going on.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right. Anyways, the gang enters the ship, and it's spooky scary in there. Locke sees a skeleton in chains and goes, oh, slaves. Guess they were probably going from Mozambique, I guess. Sounds good to me.
All right.
And everybody's just like, all right.
Okay.
And they find a crate of dynamite, haul it out, and then Arst is immediately like, no.
What are you doing?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
TNT.
That's dynamite.
TNT.
And the whole...
I win the fight.
The whole...
TNT. I'm a power load.
TNT. Watch me explode. Definitely big middle school song for me. TNT by ACDC.
Well, that's good because this is the middle of the episodes.
Yeah. So I was very happy. And the whole time I was thinking about that song by ACDC and just vibrating in my seat. Tntbyacdc.
Tntbyacdc.
Call your doctor about tntbyacdc today.
Holy shit, that works actually. Tntbyacdc. Wow, good stuff.
Good stuff.
So then Arst is like, you guys step over there. I'm the dynamite expert.
Yes. Ostensibly, that's the reason he came along.
Yeah.
It's not just to be like a lampshade guy. It's to be like the dynamite expert. Because you gotta have a dynamite expert. These guys don't fucking know what they're doing.
We're not dynamite experts naturally.
You
we didn't come out of the womb with dynamite in our mouths.
But this guy,
this guy did.
This guy sure as hell did. Came out with one in his mouth and 2 out his nose.
1 in his mouth, 2 out his nose, and then we won't tell you where the 4th was.
Yeah, you're gonna have to use your imagination on that one. So he
was in his hands.
Yeah, it was in both his hands.
Yeah.
He was just clutching it with both his hands, like the handlebar of a bike.
Yeah.
So honestly, cool way to live.
And then the doctor was like, "Oh, that's gonna be a problem. I'll have to prescribe you some tntbyacdc to combat this."
So Arst is given like a spiel about how dynamite is crazy and dangerous, and he's like ordering everybody around.
Yeah, he's being a real asshole.
Yeah, he's just like, stand back. You don't know what you're doing. Get out of here. Go over there. I'm here.
A genius.
And this is my time to shine. I'm the smarty. And listen, you guys, dynamite is the most dangerous substance known to man. It's nitroglycerin and it's scary. And listen, you gotta be really careful with it. And so he kind of like while he's giving this whole monologue and speech, he's picking up a stick of dynamite. He picks up the crustiest stick of dynamite imaginable.
It's fucking crazy looking.
And he yells at Kate to give him his shirt.
Give me a shirt.
Soaks the shirt in muddy ass, nasty ass water, and then just gently wraps the dynamite up. And then he takes a breath and is like, all right, there's one stick down. So we'll only take as much as we need. And so whatever you do, and then pew, kablooey.
They kill the man.
He explodes.
And we all cheer.
We all are thrilled about how he dies immediately.
Totally. Which is a little crazy. This was the happiest death I've seen in the show, though. Nikki and Paolo I was happy at, too, actually.
That's true. Theirs is particularly, like, karmic, though. This is just, like, this just feels mean.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
Not that Nikki and Paolo isn't, like, mean, but, like, this also, like, this feels like just, like, kind of chaotic.
Totally, yeah.
It's memorable because it literally just happens mid-sentence.
It was the biggest jump scare I've seen in a long time, actually.
It was frightening. I was like ready for it to happen, but I still like fucking jumped when it happened.
It was crazy. It did produce that effect. I thought it was great. But in my opinion, like, I feel like with TV especially, if there is a boring character that I don't like, it's like, I don't care how you do it, just kill him. Kill him. Get it out of the way.
Kinda, yeah.
I don't want to look at this person anymore.
And it's like, and part of it is it's twofold. One is like make you hate this character, and then he dies, and then you're like, cool,
yeah,
all right. The other ostensibly, I like to say that word today, I guess.
Ostensibly,
abstentionally is
abstinence.
Abstinence. So abstinence only. The other purpose is so that it sets the stakes of like the dynamite will be unstable, and there's real danger here. The boys are gonna go, but obviously, like, it's not like Locke's gonna.
They're not gonna kill any of those people. Yeah.
Imagine if Locke just fucking blew up.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be so wacky.
I would watch that show.
Would you?
Yeah.
Just a show of Locke blowing up.
Yeah.
That's the show. Okay,
yeah.
The more now that I say it out loud, it sounds kind of cool.
I wouldn't watch a show of Terry O'Quinn blowing up.
No.
That would be disturbing.
That would be devastating.
Yeah, that would be very sad.
It would be bad footage to see, I think.
Terry O'Quinn blowing up, presented by TntbyAcdc.
My favorite pharmacare company.
But yeah, but then essentially what their thing for the rest of the episode is, they put dynamite in backpacks.
They put dynamite in backpacks. So Jack and Locke are like taking out the dynamite together, and they're being very careful. And Locke starts telling a story about how he used to play Operation, and he always kind of fucking he always hated this one part of Operation with the funny bone, and he always couldn't get that one. And then while he's like they're like sweating because it's a sweaty time, and they're like
a man just died.
A man just died instantly in front of them, and they're like gently lifting the dynamite and being super careful, and Locke fucking while he's lifting one goes bzzzt, and Jack like fucking having just also seen a man die is like fucking Jesus. Locke, please, could you not?
Totally.
What he actually says is, you like to play games, Locke? And Locke is like, oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
I do like prankster Locke.
Totally. I miss that guy.
I like prankster Locke, especially in the midst of dynamite.
He's better than Ashton.
Absolutely. Way better than Ashton's the only prankster I can think of off the top of my head. Better than the Just for Laughs gags gremlin.
Oh, have you ever seen the show Impractical Jokers?
No, I can't say that I have.
Don't look it up. It's not good. I feel like I've stumbled upon their YouTube clips 2 or 3 times, and it is very weird.
It seems wretched.
It's like middle-aged dads doing bad jokes to each other.
Oh, sounds bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
Doesn't seem good to me.
No.
But you know what? Maybe I'll watch it.
Yeah, well, I had to I watched a clip, and then I had to take 6 tntbyacdcs just to forget what I had just seen.
Fair.
Yeah.
I mean,
I watched TNT by ACDC 6 times.
The ultimate pharmaceutical.
A
A YouTube rip of TNT by ACDC, slightly sped up. So
I did 6 times. Sometimes I do 4.2 times, so I watch it 4 times in 1/5 of a time. For 420.
Of course.
And then sometimes I'll do 13. And 'cause that's an unlucky number.
Man, so
and one day I want to do 666, but that's a lot. That would be the whole day.
That's a lot. I'm gonna say that's a dangerous threshold to cross.
I took 666 tntbyacdcs.
Your tolerance might be a little out of whack there. I think you gotta.
I would write a Vice article about that though.
I took 666 tntbyacdcs
Yeah.
and then fucking climbed a mountain.
Yeah. So, I don't know. There's potential there, right?
There's potential there.
Vice, if you're listening.
Get at us, Mr. Vice.
Bo Vice.
Oh, Jesus. They decide to put 3 sticks in one bag and 3 sticks in another. And Jack and Locke are like, we're going to carry him. And then Kate comes over and does a classic Kate thing of, well, I want to carry one too. And Jack's like, no.
No.
I'm going to carry it. You just please don't do anything, Kate. Come on. And Kate's like, but I want to. And so they decide to draw straws for it. And Locke and Kate end up winning. And so they decide, you know what we're going to do? We're going to stagger ourselves so that in case one of us blows up, the other ones will not die in the explosion. So they all agree, like, okay, let's do that. Locke take the front, Kate take the back, and Jack and the Hurley will take the middle. And then the rest
don't do that.
The rest
they
of the
just
episode
all walk like 2 feet apart from each other in no particular order.
Yeah, literally the rest of the episode is just them walking through the jungle while dramatic music plays.
Yeah, totally.
And they're just like together.
No attention paid to the plan that they just made.
It's fine. They all agreed to it. They all wanted to do it. They all just watched a man die, and then because of how he wasn't good at dynamite.
Yeah.
So and then they're just like, well, it's fine.
So it's
we're the main characters. It's fine.
And then do they ever make it back to camp? They just keep walking.
They
right?
keep walking. How that resolves is they have a run-in with the smoke monster, and then they blow up the hatch, and it's fine.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So cool stuff. That's good stuff. What else have we got? People are at the beach.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how people are at the beach. The others are coming, and everybody's scared. So Saeed is taking basically the remaining lads and saying, we're going to the caves so that we can be at least a little bit safer from the others, because they know we're at the beach, but they don't know we're at the caves necessarily. And Charlie's kind of like, hey, Saeed, you got to give me a gun so I can protect Claire. And Saeed's like, seems like a bad idea, because last time you had a gun, you murdered someone in cold blood.
Who did he murder?
Ethan.
Oh, cool. That was a great idea.
Yeah, it was worked out.
Yeah.
But still, Saeed's like, you're too emotionally involved. I don't think I can let you have a gun. Anyways, they're trying to like sort out everyone's stuff, and Rousseau comes through, and is like, I need to talk to Saeed right now. Go get him. And Charlie's like, Saeed, don't worry, I'll get him. I'm on it. And Claire's just kind of standing there with the baby, and Rousseau's like, that's a beautiful baby. Ooh, what did you name the baby? And Claire's like, I haven't named it yet. And Rousseau starts like licking her lips and
give me the baby.
And is like, can I hold the baby? You don't want me to hold
can
your
I please hold the baby?
Please let me hold your beautiful baby
tiny
boy.
baby.
And then Claire sees a scar on scratch marks on Rousseau's arm. And then has a flashback to a memory of her fighting Rousseau. And then she's like, wait a second, when did I do that to you? Smash cut to Charlie reaches Saeed and is like, Rousseau's on the beach, she needs you. And then immediately screaming from Sun. And Claire has been conked out.
Claire has been hit in the back of the head.
And a baby been stolen.
The baby is gone.
And everybody and things very quickly escalate. And Charlie immediately goes, Saeed, this is your fault. If you let me have a gun, this would be fine. And then immediately punches Saeed in the fucking face.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then Saeed grabs Charlie by the throat and he's like, stop.
Don't ever do that again.
Yeah,
and
it's lit.
And immediately, while like his head is still around Charlie's throat, I feel like. I don't know if that's exactly how it goes. He goes, stop passing blame around because we have to act now.
Totally.
And then
I think it is with his hand around them.
And
then they're like, we got to follow her.
Honestly, Saeed mostly rules this episode. He spends the time like organizing everyone, getting into the camp, being like very level-headed to everybody, just being like, hey, we got to do this. We got to do this now. We got to do it fast. And it's like, damn, I miss cool Saeed.
Yeah, totally. Back when he was like
Man of action.
Arguably the like smartest, most resourceful person on the island.
Probably the most competent person on the island.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Whereas everyone else gets like their ego in the way of everything all the time. Saeed like doesn't have an ego.
Absolutely never. I think like occasionally he gets like we see him get like happy about torture and then he goes, oh yeah, whoops, and then like that's that more or less.
It's lit. I just wanted to say
mm-hmm.
With Aaron, so Aaron gets stolen again this episode.
Love it.
Aaron gets stolen way more than the average baby.
That's true.
Has anyone considered that maybe Aaron is doing something?
Yeah.
Like
he's...
There comes a point where it's like, guy, you got to start helping yourself, you know?
Yeah,
you can't just expect people to come and save you every time.
It's like okay, you get napped once. It happens.
That's fine.
It happens.
You get napped twice even.
That's fine. And that's
2 in the same day. It's maybe a little much.
It's a little much. Like one is like I feel like at some point you start to like learn from your mistakes.
Totally.
Like at what point are we gonna hold Aaron accountable?
Exactly.
Exactly.
I mean, what? So I think the hard cutoff should be he gets this last one, but the second season 2 starts. If he gets kidnapped again, goodbye, Aaron. You are gone. You're not a good character anyways.
Absolutely.
So
my number one complaint about the baby is the lack of character development.
Little physical development even.
True. Stays a baby for a long time.
He stays a baby the whole show. No. Actually, he does he
grows up. But then then he's just like, Mommy.
Well, then there's this toxic Claire-Aaron relationship where Aaron never experiences any growth under Claire's care.
True.
Then whenever he goes off with Kate, he ages several years.
Yeah, it's very, very...
He becomes more difficult to kidnap, although people do try.
People do try, but you know what's different is they fail.
They fail.
Because Aaron's too wily.
Aaron has... learned from his mistakes. I imagine around 2 or 3 he was like, hey mom, how many times have I been kidnapped? And the mom and Kate was like, well,
hundreds.
Charlie kidnapped you several times. Rousseau kidnapped you a couple times. Claire was kidnapped while pregnant with you.
Yep.
Technically, I kidnapped you. So, yeah, I think that's at 6, 7.
That's true. That's true.
You are kidnapped way more than the average child.
So much. Oh, that's unbelievable.
Aaron was like, I have to, Jesus fucking Christ, I gotta stop blacking out and like waking up in someone else's care.
I gotta get my act together.
Yeah, and he does.
He's just riding the adrenaline of the kidnapping.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, oh man.
It's a slippery slope getting really kidnapped.
Yeah, I mean, we all experiment with getting kidnapped when we first get you
totally
know, like, but I mean,
just look at Liam Neeson's daughter. She's the same way.
Explain.
Taken 1, Taken 2, Taken 3.
Taken 4.
Taken 4, took again.
Taken 5, quit taking me, please.
Yeah, Taken 6, taken bacon, taken an eggs.
Fuck off. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah. I just want to put it on record. Staunchly anti-kidnapping stance from me.
Of course. I think that's the official position of the show.
Totally.
I mean, it's bad to do, and it's bad to have done for yourself. Don't get kidnapped, especially if you're a baby. So, Saeed takes Charlie to Gun City to the box of guns and says, all right, I'm going to let you have a gun, but you've got to, keep it cool. Don't make it personal. This isn't about revenge. This is about getting a baby back. Keep your cool, Charlie. And then they start talking about, like, this scene happens very fast because they're under a lot of pressure to go.
Uh-huh.
And Charlie's like, why would she do this? Why on earth would she kidnap a baby like that? And Saeed immediately loses all of his cool points and says maybe one of the wackest things I've ever heard him say, which is, don't try to apply reason to this. She's a woman who lost her child. There's no way to rationalize something that crazy. Like,
True.
And then,
and just like Claire.
Just like Claire. And then right on cue, Claire comes through and is like crying and screaming and says, "Give me a gun. I want to go. It's my baby. I want to go." And is like wailing and punching everybody and going, "Yeah!" And like, and Charlie's like, "Calm down, babe. Calm down, please. Calm down." And it's just like,
It's really it's an interesting thing, because the other example that I can think of like a kidnapping story is the movie Taken with Liam Neeson, and whenever his kid gets kidnapped, it's like cool-headed man outwits everybody and is like the most calm and collected person, even though everything is on the line.
Exactly.
And then in this, it's like lady loses baby, loses all function to reason.
Yeah, and it's especially egregious when you consider that Charlie, on learning this, just immediately punched Saeed in the face and then went to punch Saeed in the face again.
Oh, totally, yeah.
Like, completely, like, just to be like, oh, these hysterical women, when they go through a tragedy, there's no solace to be found.
Yeah, totally.
Not like us strong men who go get the gun and do it to them.
Yeah, exactly. Who go get the gun and kill.
We don't make it about revenge or emotion, because we are the cool-headed men.
No, let's go kill.
Now let's go kill. Fucking, like.
Also, Charlie kidnaps that kid all the fucking time.
Yeah,
Charlie kidnaps the shit out of that kid.
Charlie has a dream and thinks it's real, and so kidnaps a kid twice.
Totally.
So
it's
like,
oh, crazy mother.
Boy.
Everyone is stealing her baby all the time. I get it.
She is underreacting, if anything.
Totally.
She should take all the guns.
My fucking baby.
She should constantly be carrying.
Totally. If anyone should have a concealed carry permit or an open carry permit, it's that goddamn lady.
Absolutely. God, yeah. And in a like pretty good episode that does a lot of, even though it's like meandering, it does a lot of great character moments, because it's a finale. You get the whole ensemble and where they're at. You even get like a decent like Shannon scene where Shannon's carrying Boone's stuff.
Oh yeah, dealing with like human emotion and death and like coping and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. And then Saeed comes along and is like, "Women, oh boy."
Am I right? Yeah.
Am I friggin' right?
Charlie's like, "Yeah, you are right."
And don't believe me. And along comes Claire. And it's like, "Buh, okay." And a weirdly out of place bad scene in an otherwise pretty solid episode. That whole plot line kind of ends with they're running, and then
this is fucking crazy. This is nuts. Of all the crazy things about the episode, this is the craziest one.
Oh my god, it's bananas. So they're running, and Saeed is obviously fit as a fiddle, and Charlie's having trouble keeping up.
He's fit as a goddamn stand-up bass.
He's fit as a cello, baby.
This is a cello.
So they're running, and Charlie's like, "We need to keep going. We need to keep going." And Saeed's like, "You're going to collapse if we keep going. We need to actually take a break for real. And let's stop here at this overturned plane where Boone died, and there's heroin." And this is Charlie's first time seeing it, and he's like, "What the heck? What's the deal?" And Saeed gives him the lowdown and is like, like from what we can tell, it was flown from Nigeria. And they were drug smugglers. They were smuggling heroin in these Virgin Mary statues. And he chucks it at Charlie's feet, breaks open, huge pile of heroin everywhere. So much heroin, yeah. And the question I had was, does Saeed know about Charlie's heroin situation?
I don't think he does. I think it's definitely implied that he does not.
He must not, because otherwise,
that's a big.
That's a faux pas.
Well, or no, it might be actually. It would be awesome if he did. And then Charlie punches Saeed in the face, and Saeed is like, I'm going to fuck you up. I am going to, like, bring your demons back to life, you goddamn son of a bitch. I'm going to make you lose everyone you love.
The most ultimate torture possible.
Totally. Exactly.
He's on that 7th dimensional
I'm
chess
taking
game.
you to the heroin. Russo didn't even go this way.
Oh, my God. That is a power move on Saeed's part, honestly.
But, yeah, so this scene is crazy because Saeed insists on taking a break. They stop there. He shows Charlie heroin, and then he's like, all right, let's go. Probably took 20 seconds total.
Literally.
It was not a break.
Literally 10 seconds to just be like.
It was just a heroin showing you.
Literally just like, hey, we got to rest. Hey, check out this heroin. Let's go.
Yeah. And then there's just this incredible scene of, from Charlie's point of view, staring down at the heroin.
Yeah.
And then from the heroine's point of view, staring up at Charlie. And then Charlie staring at heroin. And then heroin staring at Charlie. And it's incredible.
It's so... I know what they're going for, and it does work. But then when you think about, like, oh, here's the point of view of the heroine.
Yeah, exactly. That camera is where the heroine is.
That camera's the heroine's eye.
Totally. Yeah, and it does work. It does make sense because it is like, it's like that face on.
Yeah.
It's like, Charlie's looking at the heroine, obviously, so if you want to look right into his face, you have to be where the heroine is. Exactly. But it's the heroine is looking at Charlie.
The heroine just staring right at Charlie, as heroine is wont to do.
Yeah, as heroine is wont to do.
Mm-hmm. That's that plot. We do get
the raft.
Yes, the raft. So the raft is out. The raft has just taken off, and on the raft we have classic crew of Michael, Jin, Sawyer, and Walt. Hanging out and having fun. They're just like
fun in the sun.
They're just having fun. They're just like sailing and being like, damn, we're gonna look at that island.
It's mostly fun on the raft this episode.
It's mostly fun and chill, and I like it. It's very low-key.
There's one moment of tension that like lasts 1 second.
It's very good. The main scene is they see the island and they're like, good riddance, buddy. And then Sawyer starts like humming to himself.
Starts singing Redemption Song by Bob Marley.
And then Michael goes, are you singing Bob Marley? And Sawyer goes, no. Why? Do you like him? And Michael goes, who doesn't?
Switch to a different scene. Incredible. Yeah.
Great moment.
It's someone in that room is a huge Bob Marley fan.
What I like about that scene is that they were like, you know what? This song is about, this whole like season has kind of been about how these characters might be able to get a fresh start, redemption, if you will. I'm wondering if there's any songs we could get. And then the Marley head in the room is just like, boy, is there?
I got one you're gonna love.
You're not gonna believe
the song that I've got. Do you think actually just one of the people in the writer's room was named Redemption?
Yeah, this is their tribute to him.
Yeah.
This is his
This is for Redemption. Can I try out a joke that reminded me of? Please. That I want to... I think it's really good.
Please do. This whole podcast is for jokes. So
my uncle is really rich. His name is Emergancy, and he donated to the hospital. They named a whole ward after him, the Emergancy ward.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
That's what good jokes are, right?
That's what
the Emergancy ward.
Emergancy, you got.
Have you ever been to it?
Afraid so.
Yeah. He was so rich he didn't even do it for just like one hospital. He donated it to the hospital.
Oh, he's a real philanthropist.
Yeah, the institution.
I gotta say, hospitals must have been a wreck before Emergancy showed up.
Oh, they were, and believe me, causes in general were not doing very well before my aunt philanthropist got involved.
Fill in.
She's she's like my temporary aunt. Usually there's permanent therapist, but then when she's gone, we get philanthropist to
oh boy. Oh man. Oh wow.
Could we keep this going? No, let's go back to the show.
I'm glad you got the opportunity to stand down your whole next stand-up comedy special.
Ever Gansey. I'll do the Gansey one. The rest will go away.
The Gansey's good. I like it a lot. It made me laugh, and I hope it made our listeners laugh as well.
Yeah, I hope so.
If you like to chuckle, you came to the right place. That's our slogan. So next we get a very good scene they basically had all the survivors put messages in bottles.
Oh yeah,
for their loved ones.
This is an incredible scene.
And Sawyer's just kind of reading them all, and he's like, "Oh, who's this guy? These guys were in love." And Walt calls him out and is like, "Those are private." And Sawyer's just like, "I don't give a shit." And Walt just keeps roasting him and being like, "Well, how would you feel if someone read yours?" And Sawyer says, "I didn't write one. Do you know why I didn't write one? Because the only letter I ever wrote is aimed at the man I'm going to kill."
Yes.
And like, cool.
Incredible.
Great thing to tell to a kid on a raft.
Totally. That is perfect. Like,
just like
conversation with 11-year-olds for dummies.
It's a real icebreaker.
Yeah.
Apparently it is, because Walt is just like, "Why are you going to kill him?"
Totally. He's so unfazed. He's like, "Okay.
All right." Cool.
That Sawyer guy's really interesting."
Why?
Talks openly about murdering other human beings.
Not like my dad.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, my God. Sawyer's my dad now.
Sawyer, honestly, I'm not going to say that he isn't a dad. Because he is.
He sure is a dad. Canonical dad.
But I will say that he's not a very involved dad.
That's true. We never see him interact with Clementine, do we?
Turpentine.
Turpentine. Now we're talking about stuff we recorded off mic, and that's how you know. That's how you know it's sweaty in here. Turpentine, baby.
All right. What else happens?
We don't need context for that.
So they hit a thing, and a rudder falls off, and
Yes.
Sawyer jumps in.
Sawyer jumps in to Sawyer. I just called him Joyer. That's not
Joyer.
his name. Sawyer does a graceful dive into the ocean, takes his shirt off, goes to the rudder, and it's a very tense scene of like do 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 do, and the strings are going no no, and are they gonna make it? Is he gonna be able to get the rudder on? And he doesn't. It's fine. And just Mike's like, "Hey, thanks, buddy." Gets his shirt. What's in his Sawyer's shirt? A gun.
Gunman.
And Michael's like, uh-oh, I'm suspicious now. This guy has the nerve to bring a gun on a raft. I might sound like Sawyer, but I promise I'm Michael.
I'm suspicious now. This guy has the nerve to bring a gun on a raft. Is that a good Michael?
That's a better Michael than mine, for sure. There's one more scene on the raft I want to highlight, which is
Walt.
Walt is the Walt of the hour himself. Walt is very good this episode.
Walt is really involved.
Walt basically is like operating the rudder, and Michael's just like, "Just go that way." And then Walt is like, "Why were you never in my life, Dad? What was up with that?" And Michael kind of goes like, "Well, me and your mom, we split up because we had our differences. Our lives kind of were going in separate directions, and the reason I wasn't around as much as I wanted to be is because your mom didn't really want me around." And there's some truth to that. And
she did what's best for everyone.
Yeah, exactly. And basically he says, like, your mom was doing what she thought was best. And Walt's like, "My mom was wrong." Which is like, cool. Love to. Not only does he roast Sawyer for openly talking about murder, he roasts his dead mom.
Totally. And also the like clearly way better parent from everything we've seen.
True. As much as like she like is the reason for Michael not being a part of his life, Michael also was clearly not in a position or state to be taking care of a kid.
Michael isn't even an artist.
No, he talks about it, but he loves to do construction.
Fucking idiot.
Anyways, Walt is good this episode. Let's talk about the flashbacks, because we get another.
The flashbacks are great. Just brief snippets.
Vignettes of every character spread across all three parts of basically what they were up to in the airport before the flight. And so one of these scenes, not the first one, but the last one, is Walt. You all right there, champ? Choking on some
I'll
water?
be okay.
All right. Okay. Oh, boy.
Oh, my God.
Lord in heaven.
Water. It's dangerous stuff.
Careful with water.
Oh, put your boat on there. Don't drink it, though.
I offer you my water, but I drink it all.
That's the shit that kills me.
That's the shit that kills you. Water is arguably more dangerous than getting kidnapped as a baby multiple times.
Totally.
So Michael and Walt are in the airport, and you know what? They're not quite thick as thieves.
I just want to say something to your point.
Yes.
Because water killed Charlie.
That's true. Water
and
killed
Charlie kidnapped the baby.
Wow.
So Charlie is greater than the baby.
And I think how this all works out is that babies are greater than water. And so we have this very cool rock, paper, scissors thing going on.
Totally.
Yeah.
Where each one beats the other thing.
Exactly. I'm excited for the next generation of Pokemon where they introduce baby type and kidnapping type.
Baby Charlie Water. I just want to play Baby Charlie Water every day.
Yeah, my favorite.
Baby beats water. Water beats Charlie. Charlie beats baby. Baby Charlie Water.
Baby Charlie Water.
Baby Charlie Water. Baby Charlie Water.
Oh,
Baby
shit.
Charlie Water.
Baby Charlie Water. Baby Charlie Water. That's hard to sing.
Kidnapping.
Kidnapping. So Walt and Michael are trying to get along, but you know what? It's awkward because Michael's still a bad dad.
Yeah.
And Walt is playing on the Game Boy Advance SP, baby.
He's loving it.
Just a classic system that you know and love. It's gray. It flips. It's got WarioWare on it. It's got fucking other games too, I think. He's playing fucking... So Walt is just sitting there playing fucking Pokemon Sapphire. And and Walt's just like, I'm going to call work. And makes a call to his mom.
Michael is. Not
Michael.
Walt.
Sorry,
Walt
yes.
doesn't work.
Walt doesn't work. He works on getting the high score in Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. So basically, Michael goes off to call his mom. And says, like, man, I don't know if I'm cut out to be a dad. Maybe you could take care of him. And immediately is like, well, no, I mean, like, no, that's not what and then, like, gets hung up on. Sighs, goes, damn, and turns around, and Walt's there. He heard the whole thing, damn it.
Mm-hmm.
And Michael's just like, buh. And Walt just says, I need new batteries.
Which is a lie.
It's a lie, because the Game Boy Advance has a rechargeable battery. It doesn't.
You can't put a battery in it.
Can't put a battery in it. You just got to charge it up, buddy.
So what I like about that is Walt is, on the one hand, changing the subject to, like, avoid a bad conversation.
Yes.
On the other hand, he's going to make his dad buy airport price batteries that he will not use.
Absolute power move.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And all the while getting the high score on Ninja 5-0.
Yeah, this is a slightly better act of revenge than when Saeed got Charlie hooked on heroin again for punching him in the face.
This is a powerful episode for Saeed, and this might be Walt's best episode.
This is Walt's best ep for sure.
Ton of roasting from Walt, and I love to see it.
And who do we got? There's Sun and Jin.
Sun and Jin have a scene where, last we saw Sun and Jin in this airport, Sun was devastated and heartbroken, and
she was going to abandon Jin.
About to
abandon
Jin.
Decided not to.
And decided not to, and was overwhelmed with emotion. So now they're fine.
Yeah, now they're fine drinking coffee.
They're sitting together and they're drinking coffee. Sun spills coffee on Jin, goes, oh no. Jin goes to the bathroom, and a fella in the bathroom says, "Oi, mate, can you iron me a paper towel there?" And because he's Australian, and that's how Australians sound.
That is.
That's how he sounded. That's just how he did sound. You can't, like, make this, you saw the episode, right?
No.
You didn't see the episode?
Not the same one you're talking about. But I'll take your word for it.
All right, cool. And Jin is like, don't speak English.
I saw that episode.
Yes, this episode. Exodus Part 2.
Okay, yeah.
The episode of Lost.
With the tntbyacdc.
Yes.
Yeah. With all the revenge.
All of the revenge and all of the powerful Game Boy Advance games you can think of.
The powerful power.
The powerful power of the Game Boy Advance SP. I don't know what SP stands for. Special?
Special.
I hope it's just special. That would be amazing. So the Australian fella, suddenly starts talking Korean and says, I know you. I work for Mr. Pake, your boss and your father-in-law. You better do what you were told to do in California. You know what? You're not free, and you never will be. And don't forget it. We got eyes on you at all times. And it's a hell of a scene.
It's cool. It's scary.
It's a scary scene, and then it's immediately followed by Jin on the raft just looking fucking carefree.
He's free.
He's so happy on the raft in the open seas.
Free from his father-in-law.
Yes.
Free from the pressures of his crazy job. But most importantly, free from the old ball and chain. It's just the boys out on the boat today. We built a boat so we could get away from all the women.
Oh, my God.
And now we're fucking jumping in the ocean, drinking beers, having a fish.
Reading private messages, singing Bob Marley. Nothing we can do when the old ladies are around.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. The wife, am I right?
Oh, the old ball and chain.
It is deeply distressing to me that there is a entire, decades of comedy that is just, marriage sucks to be in.
The old wife.
There's some of it that's well, marriage is tough, but we get by because we love each other. And then there's some of it that's just marriage is miserable and I hate it.
Yeah.
and it's a fine line to walk, and a lot of times it's bad.
Yeah, totally. A lot of time it steps over and it's just fuck my wife.
Exactly. There's being in a committed relationship for a long time is hard. And of course that leads to funny things and hard things sometimes. And then there's just fuck my wife.
Fuck my wife. But don't fuck my wife.
don't
But fuck my wife.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Fellas.
If you fuck my wife, I will kill you.
There's one more scene, and it's just Charlie waking up in the hotel with a random girl, and he's like, we gotta go. I gotta go for my flight. Finds some extra heroin, puts it in his pocket. The girl's like, hey, let's do some more heroin. Charlie says, no, unfortunately, it's all gone. And the girl says, you're lying, and just kicks the shit out of Charlie.
Destroys him.
And then makes fun of his shitty band. He's like, your band sucks ass, and I just want heroin from you. Give it to me right now.
She takes a bottle of champagne and leaves.
And calls him pathetic.
But Charlie is happy because he kept the heroin.
He did keep the heroin. And that's the episode.
So it's a weird one.
Hell of an... I generally hold, the whole of Exodus in pretty high regard. Seeing this part on its own made me realize there's some weird shit in here. Like the Saeed talking down on women while going to murder scene.
Totally.
The
weird man.
The weird man who blows up. But there's also tons of great character moments too.
Totally.
So you're seeing Bob Marley.
And I imagine too, whenever you watch 3 in a row, you're like, oh yeah, there was that part, but you're distracted by all the actual things that took place. Whereas here we have so little that actually happened.
Yeah,
that we're just
literally without the bread of the sandwich, we're just kind of we have some meat, and sometimes it's oh, yummy prosciutto or a nice little crispy lettuce. And sometimes it's just glob of mustard.
Who put this bologna in here?
Who put this goddamn bologna in here? Bah. So that's that episode, huh?
Yeah, season 1's fine.
Season 1 can be fun. Season 2 can be too. Season 3, not the season for me. Season 4, things...
I want some more.
I'd want some more. Season 5, feeling alive. Season 6,
cancel the show.
Pick up sticks.
Pick up sticks. I love...
That's what I like. So what do you say we watch another episode of Lost? I'd like that personally. And I don't know about you, but I would enjoy it.
Just 1 second.
Sure.
I got a YouTube notification that someone replied to my comment on Eiffel 65.
Okay. Speaking of context, do you wanna tell the viewers what you were doing today? What you were doing before the recording?
Eiffel 65's I'm Blue Dabba Dee Dabba Die.
On YouTube.
I commented some weird stuff.
What did he...
Oh, the person responded just James Brown ... Not as good as I was hoping.
Oh, okay. That's a little anticlimactic.
All right, whatever. Let's watch Lost.
Yeah, let's watch Lost.
I did 1 to 121. I got 84.
84. That's a late one, eh? 84. 84 we've actually already watched.
All right, I'll generate again. 50.
50, nifty 50.
Nifty 50.
Ooh, nifty 50. This is season 3, episode 1.
Oh, this is going to be awesome.
This is going to be awesome. Okay, so that'll be next week, and I'm looking forward to it. Oh, the episode, by the way, is called A Tale of Two Cities, and it's a Jack episode.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Have we ever gotten a Jack
We have
episode?
gotten it. We remember when he
got married?
Yeah, he got married.
'Kay.
And this time he'll get married again, I guess. Probably.
Cool. Divorced.
Probably get divorced. So that's our show. We are the Island Shuffle. I'm Bean.
I'm James.
You can follow me on Twitter at Barrier Trio. You can follow James on Twitter at
James Brown.
You can follow the show. Sorry.
Check out. By the time this is released, I intend on having a whole website.
Oh, really?
JamesBrown.space.
That's a fantastic
So check it
website.
out. Hopefully you can put that into your browser right now. Do it right now, and hopefully the site will exist.
Yes. We are, full disclosure, this is, we are recording a few extras to stockpile because James is going away for a few weeks.
Going away. So 3 weeks from now? Oh, it'll be up.
I sure hope it's up.
I'm going on the Squarespace website tomorrow to make that happen.
Man, oh man, that's great. Damn, that's awesome. So JamesBrown.space, hell yeah. You can follow the show on Twitter at Island Shuffle. You can like us on Facebook, facebook.com/The Island Shuffle. You can leave us a rating or review on iTunes if you're so inclined, because I'm told that is a helpful thing to do. Finally, I want to mention, as always, that we are on the. I like this habit that I'm getting into of mentioning this network because it's a good network to promote. So. We're on the noisepace.xyz. We called it a roster last time.
I like roster.
I kind of like roster.
Yeah.
Which is a podcast incubator that my online friend Matt started, and basically just has any friends he wants to start podcasts to try it out, more or less. So we're on that, and he lets us do that for free, which is nice. Other shows on that network include Henry Kissinger's Pokemon Going to Die, where leftists scream about the state of things for a while, and it's good. There's also a Sex and the City podcast, which just put out its second episode at the time of its recording. That podcast is called City Girls Make Do, and it's a delight. Not to mention, as of today, as of the recording date today, there's a new podcast as well.
What are we looking at here?
Matt himself is on this one. He's also on Henry Kissinger, but he's a mainstay on this new one. It's called Giants Confirmed, and it's about They Might Be Giants, which is a band that I really like.
Oh, cool.
So if you're interested in getting into They
Giants
Might Be Giants
Confirmed, I like that.
I kind of like it too. It's got a ring to it. It's kind of tighter than the name They Might Be Giants, almost.
Totally.
Because that's such a, it's always like, oh, They Might Be Giants. Oh, this band is, oh boy. But hey, if you want to get into an old favorite band of mine, maybe listen to this podcast, and they might do the trick.
To start.
Start with the podcast. That's this one, and that's a
show.
That's a show.
Whole sandwich.
That's a whole sandwich of a show, baby. Listen up, 'cause a story about a little guy.
I'm blue, dabba-dee, dabba-die. Dabba-die, dabba-die.
And like we say at the end of every episode,
I'm blue.
Susan.
Susan.
Sarandon.